Well, welcome everybody. We have our audio, and the kickoff is taken by number 88, Jamie Wisnott for Roseville Panthers. We had some audio difficulties there to start the game, but we are up and rolling, and the kickoff is underway. The Roseville Panthers are going to take over on offense first. And at their own 19, it's going to be first down and 10. And we've got Dan Swigler at quarterback. And we've got our early motion there by the right side of the Roseville Panther line. And that's going to be illegal procedure. And they're going to start off first down and 15.
Well, that looked like number 62, Scott Yunke, the guard, moved a little bit before the snap.
And we've got Dan Swigler under center again.
Crosstalk.
And a handoff to his tailback, and he is stopped in there by the Utica defensive line. Let's see if we can see who that number is. Big number 75. Daryl Zube in on that tackle.
He wrapped him up around the ankles, and then the rest of the team was able to knock him over.
And we've got second down and 14 to go. And it's a handoff. Oh, quick hitter on the inside. It's going to be second down, 13 to go. And it's going to be third down at 13, and as we work out our technical difficulties with the sound, we are third down and 14 to go, and Swigler under center. And Swigler's going to keep it. He's rolling out to the right. He's got a man open. Oh, broken up good there by number. But then I think that was picked off.
It looked like an interception. It was tipped there for a second.
You know, I thought it hit the ground as an incomplete pass, but I think the Utica defender may have come up with that ball.
Well, when he tipped it, it looks like he even had a chance to catch it there.
Oh, number 44.
Yeah.
Nick Krasinski picked that ball off.
That was
excellent heads-up play. I thought from our angle the ball hit the ground.
We still got a little crosstalk here.
And Ryan Kane coming under center. And Krasinski in motion, and that's going to be Ruski off to the right-hand side. He's going to pick up about 3 yards. And the first big break of the game, the big turnover of the game, comes for the Utica Chieftains.
And they have good field position. They're going to look to try to run that ball in there. I don't think they're going to want to put it up if they don't have to.
Well, there's no full moon here tonight with the clouds, is there? We've got rainy conditions.
No full moon, but a monsoon.
Right. Ryan Kane under center. And a handoff to Ruski. He's got a lot of room on that left side. He's got the first down and more. And it's going to be down to about the 20-yard line of the Roseville Panthers.
Well, he had a good block from the tackle on that side to get around the corner.
And we've got a first down on the Roseville Panther 20-yard line. And that first big turnover, that's what we talked about in our opening, Bob, was the key to the game is not turning the ball over. And the first pass, big third down interception there by Nick Krasinski has given the Eagles, or the Chieftains, I'm sorry, a chance to get it. Ruski with a good run off the side. He's still going.
Tough to bring down.
He is down to, he's almost to another first down territory, down to about the 11-yard line.
Well, he's able to shake off that first tackler, and he got a few extra yards on his own.
Well, he had a good stiff arm there as he went around. I thought for a minute he might be able to break around that outside with his speed. Watch this. Followed his block there. Good block by Brzezinski.
He's able to hold on to the ball.
If he'd have broke that tackle, there was clear field out in front of him there. Ryan Kane under center. Grzinski and Rushke in the backfield. Quick hitter to Grzinski, and he is stopped right about the line of scrimmage. And he is tackled by number 84, Jason DeLeva.
Well, he tried to follow the center right through the line, and he was able to pick up a couple short ones.
And that's going to bring up, he was able to pick up the first down, though. It's first down and 10.
Oh, looks like it.
And Rushke had almost made the first down and was second and short. John Burdich wide right. That's Theo Gibson in motion. And handoff to Rushke. And he's got some room right up through the middle, and he is down. Fumble the ball. And we're going to see who recovered it. And it looks like he recovered the ball. I think number 88, Mike Gaffke, picked that fumble up alertly. And that would have stopped the early scoring chance here.
Well, Dan Zender opened a nice hole for him there, and unfortunately he lost the ball, but they got it back.
So we've got Ryan Kane under center. And handoff to Rushke. He's in for the touchdown. Utica Chieftains score quickly here in the first quarter.
Well, Rushke looked like a man on a mission during that series as he was able to pick up some nice yardage and score 6.
6-yard touchdown run. Jeff Rushke. And the Chieftains strike first on turn that turnover, avert the disaster on their fumble, and turn it into 6 quick points.
Well, this is exactly what the Roseville coach was talking about. He wanted to take the ball out of Utica's hands just to keep Roseville in the game, looking for ball control.
And we've got Evans. It fumbles high, and it's still on the ground. And Roseville's going to pick it up since you can't advance an extra point. The extra point fails. And that's going to, with 7:42 left in the first quarter, the Utica Chieftains 6 and the Roseville Panthers nothing.
Yeah, we might have had a little bit of a wet ball condition there, and it was hard to hang on to on that snap.
Well, the snap was a little high, and we've got a little rain falling, as you can see in our monitor there. It had stopped before the game, but it has now begun, and that's going to do nothing but deteriorate the field conditions here.
And it's in pretty bad shape already with a lot of standing water in the middle of the field. I know during our walk across before the game started, we were sloshing around pretty good there, avoiding some puddles.
Yeah, there's puddles right in the middle of the field on the crown, which is kind of unusual. But in any of the low places where the grass is starting to wear, there's mud and water. But Coach McGowerth had a good point before the game. Is everybody in the state of Michigan tonight is playing under the same conditions, and he said, just go out and play football. I don't want any excuses of the weather. Just go out there and play hard-nosed football.
Well, it's really coming down now.
And that's
he bobbled
around
it
down there by the Panther. Oh, he was hit hard.
But he hung on to the ball.
That was number 88, Jamie Wisnott again, and he was hit hard. It was good return. Brings it all the way up to the Panther 30-yard line.
Well, he was able to follow a couple of blockers here and get through the V, and then he was just whacked.
Let's see who hit him there. I can't exactly see who just shot through there.
It was a blur on the camera. Pat Kuzmano, we've been told.
A big hit there by Kuzmano. And handoff, and that Utica defense there's no room to run in there.
Well, Theo Gibson came back from his defensive position, and he stopped him right at the line.
Jay Leverance down there at the bottom of the stack, and he's going to come out. Dan Zender is going to come out here for a minute with an obvious passing down. Second down, 11 to go.
The referee is wiping off the ball after every play.
Swegler under center. And pitch out to his tailback. That's number 28, Tony Gwynn. And he's a 5'11 junior. He was able to get around the outside there to the right, pick up about 3 yards. Grzinski's on the tackle there. You can see Grzinski getting the defensive signals from the sideline.
Well, Utica would like to hold them here. It's another big third down for Roseville, and they've had 2 so far in the game, and they need 9 more quick.
Swigler under center. And he back to pass. Ball's wet. He's got the complete to number 41, Chris Tate, but well short of the first down. They only gained about 1 yard on that, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 10 to go, and they're going to be forced to punt. Theo Gibson and John Burdich back deep to receive the punt. And number 86, Joe Benke, who's described by their coach as a very good punter, back to punt.
Well, he averages 30 to 40 yards, but under these conditions, we'll see.
He's a left-footed kicker, and it's going to go to Theo Gibson. Fields it at his 22-yard line. He's got a little running room, and he is pushed out of bounds finally at about the 50-yard line.
And he wasn't so sure. He kept right on going until he heard the whistle.
As he should. And that's going to bring up good field position for the Chieftains.
Actually, it wasn't a bad return.
He picked it up at about his 22-yard line, I believe, and about a 28-yard return on that. It's right at the 50-yard line. Brian Kane under center. And Theo Gibson in motion. First down and 10, Utica Chieftains. And it's a handoff to Jeff Rushke. He's able to follow his blockers, pick up about 5 yards. Good hard running by Rushke.
Well, we had the right side of the line, and that was Lee, number 58, pulling on that play to give him a nice block, and he followed his blockers for about 5 yards.
I think we may have a flag down there. Is that a little yellow flag I see, Bob?
Is that what that is?
And
looks like it could go against Roseville. Well, they're signaling a holding here.
Defensive holding.
Defensive
on,
holding.
The Roseville Panthers, and that's going to be an automatic first down.
You don't see that one called that often.
And the ball's going to be spotted down at about the 35-yard line.
Well,
it's going to be first down and 10, Utica Chieftains at the Roseville 35-yard line. The chain gang's having trouble keeping up with the offense here.
And they're right about in the same place they started the last 2 drives.
And Grzinski is hammered in there by number 41. I think that's Chris Tate.
Yeah, he made a nice hit on him initially at the line.
And held him to basically no gain. You bring up second down and 10.
Well, with this inclement weather, unfortunately, Roseville didn't get many fans here tonight, Mike.
Well, and Utica looks like it's going to call a timeout.
Guess it's a good thing it's homecoming for Utica. We do have quite a few people here cheering them on tonight, and I think the Roseville fans, if there are any, are sitting on this side.
Well, it's unfortunate that that everybody who's dressed up fancy in the homecoming court in their gowns and the escorts in their suits and tuxes have to go through the rain tonight, because whatever happened to those nice fall crisp nights.
Well, we're still in store for a few of those coming up, but the temperature really isn't too bad tonight. It's the wetness that's getting to everybody.
And we're coming back from the timeout. Second down 10, Utica Chieftains. And at the 35-yard lines.
Ready. Check.
Well, I just missed the call, but we were just given an interesting little fact. The reason that there are no individuals in the visitor bleachers is that there's some sort of an electrical short over there, and the bleachers are electrified.
Goodness.
And there actually was an injury earlier in the Roseville cheerleader.
Oh boy.
Was taken away in our ambulance, and we certainly hope that everybody is okay. And the Roseville faithful are in the bottom right corner of our bleachers here.
Well, that's too bad. I see there are a few people over there now trying to keep people out of those bleachers, so hope that person's okay. And that'll bring up a 4th down here now for Utica.
Well, they're in what I like to call it really no good decision zone, because they're too far out to kick a field goal and too close in to really punt it, likely to go in the end zone. And they're going to go for it on 4th down and 7.
Really won't hurt them.
And they're on their own, or they're on the Panther 31-yard line. And we've got Ryan Kane under center. And he's back to pass. Oh, and a ball just slips out of his hands. I think they're going to rule that an incomplete pass.
Yes, they are.
And that's the official's notification, is that his arm was moving forward and slipped out. That's a wet ball. Well, and they're lucky there.
It's a good thing, because the Roseville player had his sights set on that end zone.
Well, there'll be turnover on downs, but it sure could have been a lot worse. Watch as he brings his hand forward here. That ball just slipped out of his hands. You know, that ball slipped out maybe before his arm was going forward. I think they're kind of lucky on that call.
Well, that's going to be a little bit of a break for Roseville, as they're going to come up with decent field position here. But so far, they haven't been able to move the ball, Mike.
Well, the Utica defense has played an excellent game, and Roseville's got 2 split outs wide right. And Dan Swegler is a pitch out to his tailback. And that's number 28, Tony Gwynn again, and he picks up about 5 yards.
Well, Gibson was able to wrestle him down, but he made a nice cut there and was able to get a few more yards.
Swegler and Gwynn are both juniors. Swegler was the starting quarterback last year, so even though he's a junior, he's got experience at this varsity level. And having the 2 years of experience, when he gets to be a senior, he's really going to be able to operate this this offense. Swegler handoff again to Gwynn, and Gwynn is met right there by Theo Gibson.
Well, it looked like he actually ran into the back of one of his own guys.
And number 82, Scott Sheridan, was in on that as well. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 1 for the...
Another big 3rd down here for Roseville early in the game.
As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, I miscalled that. It was 1st down and 10. They picked up the 1st down.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Shane Gang's really giving me a run for my money tonight. There's another handoff. This is to his fullback, and he is really bottled up. His fullback, Chris Tate, he is bottled up before he got back to the line of scrimmage, and I think they even lost one on that.
Well, Cusimano made the initial contact in the backfield, but he wasn't able to hang on to him, and he really didn't end up with a big gain on that play.
That defensive line is doing a nice job for Utica, and they're getting good penetration, and they're really not having a lot of room to work.
The initial line surge does go in favor of Utica.
Swegler under center. It's a handoff to, oh, you can see the slipping right there. I think that was Tony Gwynn again. And he was tackled by number 77, Dave Colin. And so far, Roseville has had 0 success running the ball and really no success passing.
Well, the footing isn't very good out there, and he tried to make a cut that time, and he was met right away by Colin.
52 seconds left in the first quarter. Utica in the lead, 6-0. 3rd down and 9 for the Roseville Panthers. And they've got the ball on their own 42-yard line.
Looks like we've got a timeout now for Roseville. And other than the 2 timeouts, this first quarter's gone by rather quickly.
Well, so far the story of the first quarter is the turnover, the interception by Nick Krasinski that set the Utica Chieftains in good field position, and they were able to march it down and score a touchdown.
Yeah, and I guess that would be unusual because the ball is hard to handle, and so Krasinski was able to come up with the interception here under some tough conditions.
Well, it was a nice tip, and you can see the rain right there in your TV. It's really coming down out there. And it's going to be 3rd down and a long 8 for these Roseville Panthers. Tate and Gwynn in the backfield. Swegler, play action. He's got his man, and he slips in. The ball is out of bounds. That was meant to go to number 28, Tony Gwynn, and he slipped. He was open, but I'm not sure even if he would have caught that ball, he'd have been able to turn around and do anything with it because he caught it. He was still about 7 or 8 yards to go before the first down.
Yeah, unfortunately,
he bring up a 4th down.
He was lying on the ground by the time the ball got to him, and it actually hit in the puddle in front of him and splashed up in his face. So he couldn't see that one.
John Burdich and Theo Gibson back to receive this punt. And not a bad kick, and it's going to be Theo Gibson again, fielding about his own 26-yard line, and he's going to be tackled at about the 33-yard line of Utica by number 84, Jason Taleva. And first down and 10, Utica Chieftains, 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Ball's on the 34-yard line. Ryan Kane brings his offense back out.
Well, I think unless they get a 3rd and long again, they're going to probably try to keep it on the ground.
And a handoff to Rushy over the right side. He's got some room. He's got the first down. He's going. He's going. He's down to 30, 25, 25. Touchdown. Jeff Rusky with a 65-yard touchdown run. Jeff Rusky just explodes over that right-hand side and quickly puts the Chieftains up by 2 touchdowns.
He ran by everybody. Made a nice cut to the outside, and nobody was going to catch him.
65 yards. But Rusky got through there. There was nobody going to catch him.
Got a nice block from Gibson. And he's just stretching it out right now. High stepping in the mud.
Just good footing, and the footing doesn't seem to bother Jeff Rusky tonight. He's on for a big game so far. He's running well, and the Utica Chieftain offensive line deserves some credit. They're going to go for 2 here. And Kane going out.
Wide open.
Pass the ball. Wide
got
open. That's number 82, I believe, Scott Sheridan.
Great play.
Scott Sheridan catches the 2-point conversion from Ryan Kane, and the Utica Chieftains are up 14-0.
Well, I think that play action stalled out Roseville for a second there, and he was wide open for Kane to just loop it into the end zone.
Well, Utica's been really having success on the ground. Nice play calling there on the 2-point conversion. With the weather conditions, I don't think anybody expected them to go back to pass. And Utica out to a quick 14-0 lead here in the first quarter. And Roseville is struggling at this point. I think that's the best we could say.
Well, Utica's been able to put it together, and thanks to Reschke, he's really taken over here and gained some nice yardage to put them up.
Number 40, Eric Smith, going to kick off. And number 1, Dave Empson's going to return that. He looks around for his hole, and he brings it out to the 27, 28-yard line.
He looked a little unsure of which arm he was going to tuck it under, and he was carrying it like a loaf of bread out there.
And on a night like tonight, Bob, you just can't afford to carry the ball that way. It's going to pop out. 13 seconds left in the first quarter that the Panthers, I think, would like to forget.
Yeah, this field position's deja vu all over again for them. That seems like where they've been all night.
Schwegler under center. He's going to be, oh, he is hit right there. A handoff to Tate, number 71. Dan Sutkowski with a big hit there. Or maybe that's number 77, Dave Colin. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter with the Utica Chieftains 14 and the Roseville Panthers nothing. We will be right back for the second quarter. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mike Robinson with Bob Boucher, and we're at the beginning of the second quarter. The Utica Chieftains 14 and the Roseville Panthers nothing. It's going to be third down and about 7 to go for the Roseville Panthers on their own 32-yard line. And the Panthers have not achieved a first down yet tonight, I don't believe. And Schwegler under center.
Yeah, I think they had one first down when we didn't think so.
Oh, that's right. We haven't credited him with one. Schwegler's on a rollout. He's got a man open back there. And oh, that's number 1, Dave Empson. Bounced off his shoulder pads. He was behind the defense, and he's going to think about that one tonight because he had a touchdown if he'd have caught that ball.
Oh, he sure did. He had him beat. He was behind the coverage, and I think he was thinking about the end zone before he caught that ball. It looked catchable from here.
Watch this, Schwegler rolling out. That's a tough rollout in this slippery ground to get anything on the ball.
And to throw it from that side. Oh!
And he had the Utica defense beat. They dodged a bullet there. And we've got a player hurt for Roseville, looks like. And they're not working on a leg or an arm. He may have just gotten the wind knocked out of him.
Sure looks like it.
Yep, he's getting up. That's actually the quarterback, Dan Schwegler. He must have taken a hit. And I believe he'll have to come out for a play. And he's going to come out for at least one play. And if you'd like a copy of tonight's game, you can order yourself one of those by calling 254-7130. That's the Shelby Cable offices. They will be happy to supply you with a studio copy of the tape offer. And we've got a punt. And a great punt. Oh my gosh, Theo Gibson all the way back to his 10-yard line. And he's trying to find some space. He's made just about every Panther miss, but he's finally brought down at the 30-yard line.
That was a pretty good run back, Mike.
Well, and yes, another run back of about 20 yards. You still see the rain. Now it's coming a little sideways. That wind out there is brutal. And you know, Bob, it does not seem to be affecting the fans at all. Most of them are sitting without umbrellas, and we've got a full stands here tonight for homecoming.
Well, that's good. A lot of fan support here for Utica, and we've noticed that every game.
Yeah, the Utica parents and the Utica faithful out here. They do something really great before the game. The band comes across from the high school, and they actually stop traffic on Shelby Road, and it's really kind of a neat thing. It really gets people fired up before the game.
Gets the blood pumping.
And for the weather conditions, the Utica High School band just did an excellent job of the national anthem and the Utica alma mater song. And we're going to bring this back with a penalty, I believe, and they're going to re-kick this punt. And that was a great punt, boy, sure, by Joe Banke, and they're going to force him to do it again.
Yeah, he really got a hold of that one. He's one of the bigger players on the team, and Roseville has a mix of juniors and seniors in the starting lineup. And if it wasn't so cloudy, we might be able to see that full moon tonight, because we did have an eclipse last night.
And he gets a kickoff again, but not quite as good. And Theo Gibson's big bounce. He fumbles the ball, and he's going to grab it at about his 46-yard line, and he's going to be taken out of bounds at the 46-yard line of the Roseville Panthers. And it gave Coach McGowerth a little jump start on his heart there with the fumble. we've got first down and 10. Utica's got good field position again at about the 46-yard line. Roseville Panthers. 10:28 left in the half. 14-0. Utica Chieftains.
Well, look for him to grind it out here.
Ryan Kane under center. And handoff to Jeff Rushke. He's been the man tonight. He's brought down after a gain of about 3. That's number 41, Chris Tate on the tackle.
And Tate made a nice tackle on the play. He hit him hard.
Rushke is a threat every time he catches the ball.
They haven't been able to slow him down much, but it was a good defensive play.
Well, Mike Gaffney's going to be wide right, and John Paluca wide left. Grzinski and Rushke in the backfield. Ryan Kane under center, and quick hitter to Grzinski, and he's going to have about 3 yards, I think, on that play.
Well, 41, Tate was fired up on that play as well, as he knows that they've been able to stop him here now, and this is going to bring up a big third down here. If Roseville is able to hold him, they might be able to get back in the game.
Third down and 7. Ryan Kane under center. And that's John Burdich in motion. It's going to be a pitch to Burdich, and they had that one smelled up. Burdich still on his feet, and he's still running. He got back to about the line of scrimmage.
And that looked like a late hit out of bounds.
And that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. I think we've got a penalty over there, and
yeah, he was definitely out of bounds when he was hit by 2 more of those Roseville players.
And Burdich was not happy with that hit, and I think Coach Riley is calming him down a little bit over there. And that's just a crazy penalty. We see it here. He's out of bounds right there. He did not need to be hit there.
And now 2 more.
Now 2 more he was hit, and they
exchanged some words.
They were probably saying, hey, did you hear about the electrified stands over there? Well, the problem for Roseville is that was a third down and they had them stopped. And now that's going to bring up an automatic first down, and it's going to take the ball all the way down to about the 26-yard line of the Utica Chieftains.
Yeah, they actually had them stopped in the backfield. Crosstalk.
First and 10. And a little trap play to Theo Gibson, and he's able to pick up about 5 yards on that. That's going to bring about 2nd down and 5 to go. And we've had 8:54 left in the game. I'm not sure what they're doing out there. Did they call a penalty? Well, they did. They called illegal motion on the Utica Chieftain. That's illegal motion, I think, on number 88, Mike Gaffney. And that's going to take them, instead of 2nd and 5, it's going to be 1st and 15.
Yeah, I sure missed that one. I didn't see any movement before the ball was snapped, but that's why those guys are getting paid to watch.
No. I did not see the flag. And now,
one of the Roseville players kicked the ball. They're not ready.
Well, they're saying one of the Roseville players kicked the ball. We can show them a replay. I don't know whether...
Well, we can hear Jim, but we don't know if he can hear us.
And it's going to bring up 1st down and 15. Ryan Kane under center. He's handoff to Jeff Rushke. He's got some room. No, he's brought down after little or no gain, maybe 1.
And that was Tate again. He's all over the field for Roseville.
Well, he's the defensive leader. You can see he's also the one who looks to the sidelines for the plays. Calls the defensive signal there for Roseville. And he's in the middle of everything. He's kind of the counterpart to Nick Krasinski, I think.
Yes, he's the senior defensive captain.
And it's going to be a handoff to Jeff Rushke again, and nowhere to go. He gets about 2 yards on that.
And guess who's at the bottom of the pile? Mr. Tate.
No comment.
And that's going to bring up third down at about 13. That penalty really hurt them because they had 2nd and 5, and now they're looking at a long 3rd and 13.
No.
And we've got 7:36 left in the half. 14-0 Utica. They're trying to get a little bit more before halftime. Kane is back to pass. He's rolling out to his left. And he's going to run. He's going to go. And I don't know if he's going to get the first down, but he's down to about the 15-yard line, and that's going to be close.
Well, he's brought down inbounds. It's going to stop the clock for the first down if he made it.
He's actually down about the 13-yard line, and I believe that's going to be enough for the first down. It is Ryan Kane with some good scrambling there. He saw the opening. His receivers were well covered, and he just put the ball down and ran. Made a good decision there rather than try to force it in.
He had a lot of room.
And he brings up first down and 10. The Panthers 13-yard line, handoff to Rushke. He's following the Krasinski, and there's nowhere to run in there.
Well, that was a dive off the right tackle, and he was able to pick up a couple. I think they're going to be content to just grind it out to get it into the end zone here.
2nd down, 8 to go. 6:35 left in the half. I think the rain has eased up a little bit, but we've still got it pretty mushy out there.
Yeah, it'll take a few days for that.
Kane, that same play, he's rolling out to his left, and he's got a blocker out there with him this time, and he's going to get in almost for the touchdown. He's down to about the 1-yard line. He had big number 50, Steve Sutter, I believe, out there blocking for him. And they said, hey, he was able to pick up that much without any blockers. Let's give him a blocker and see what he can do.
Yeah, you could see that play materialize. Worked for him once, so they got down to the 1-yard line with it this time.
Well, and Ryan Kane did a nice job. He's down to the 1-yard line. That's going to be first down and goal for the Utica Chieftains.
And looked like Empson with a touchdown-saving tackle.
And Kane's just going to go over for the quarterback sneak. Let's see.
Sure
And
looked
no
like
call.
he got it. From here, it looks like he's got it.
No signal yet, and it's usually a sign that we're not going to have a touchdown signal. Nope. Second down.
Only one arm came up.
2nd down, and they're going to be just inches from the goal line.
Well, I have to believe that if it's not the same play, then it's going to be to Grodzinski.
Well, their offensive line has played well tonight, and
They've opened some nice holes.
And it is going to be the same play, and this time he's in.
There it is.
Touchdown, Ryan King, quarterback sneak. 20-0 Utica Chieftains. That second effort by Kane put him over the edge. They had him stood up at first, but he moved over to his left and was able to get across that goal line.
Well, they've been able to produce some points here. The offense has been on a roll, and they still have something to prove. They've got to score in the second half in this game.
That's right, so far this year. Coach McElrath pointed out to us before the game that they have not scored in the second half, and they really want to change that. And it's 20-0, and Eric Smith is out there to do
they're faking it.
Fake. That's Burdich running over there, and Burdich is going to in for the 2-point conversion, and it's going to make it 22-0 Utica Chieftains. John Burdich, the holder, was able to pick that up and run. They must have saw something earlier in the earlier extra points that a lot thought they could pick that up and run with it.
Well, it looked like he was going to run out of field over there before he made it, but he was able to get in at the corner. And this game so far has been characteristic of the first couple of Utica games where they jump out to the lead and the defense is able to hold it for them. They haven't needed those offensive points in the second half, but in one game. So hopefully they can keep that offense going here into the second half.
Utic's going to kick off. We've got 5:27 left in the half.
Roseville's really looking to get something going here before the half ends. They'd like to at least score to get them back in the game.
Well, on a field like this, though, it's so dangerous, and it's important to get these three. Utica's 3 scores up. A field like this, and a defensive back slips and falls, and you've got a touchdown just like that. So far, I think Utica has just thoroughly dominated this game. And Eric Smith is going to kick off for the Chieftains. And a good kickoff all the way down to the 5-yard line. And that's, I believe, number 88, Jamie Wisnott.
That was actually a halfway decent run back from where he picked up the ball.
And he brought it back to the Panther 25-yard line. About a 20-yard return. And he really had, if he'd have broken that tackle, he had some room to run.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped through the first couple of tacklers, and they finally wrestled him down at the 25.
First down and 10, Roseville Panthers from their own 25-yard line. Kind of a delay handoff to Gwynn.
That was a drop play.
And he
It
is
didn't work.
brought down by Grzinski.
Well, I think they attempted a delayed draw. That's why it was a delay. And actually, he may have made a better decision to hang on to it and try to pass. There wasn't any room.
Second down, 8 to go. The ball was actually at the 30-yard line, not the 25. It's now at the 32-yard line. Panthers. Swegler under center. He's going back to pass. He's going deep. And he's well covered down there. The Panther receiver well covered by, that's number 1. Dave Empson was the Panther receiver, and he was covered like a glove by John Burdage.
Yeah, he made a nice dive for the ball, but it was just off his fingertips as Burdage had him covered like a blanket. He was with him step for step as we get another look at it here. And the pass, just off his fingertips.
Well, you don't get much better coverage than what Burdage had there. He was right on Empson, and Empson was right, had no chance. And we've got Swegler under center. Third down and 8. He's going to pass again. He almost slips. This time, out to his, I think, Gwynn, and Gwynn said, I don't want nothing of that. And Gibson or Brzezinski came up to
like
give him a
Scott
pop.
Sheridan, number 82, in on that play.
And Sheridan as well.
But I'll tell you, Swegler has really been on the mark with his passes. He's been right there.
That's right, Sheridan with a big hit there. He's the one he's the footsteps that receiver heard. And they're going to punt, and the Gibson and John Burdage back to receive, the left-footed kicker. And this is going to be Burdage on the left-hand side. And he's going to get back to about his own 43-yard line and be brought down.
Well, trailing by 22 points, they hated to kick it away again, but they just have not been able to produce anything here in the first half.
Now 4 minutes, 18 seconds left in the half, and the Utica offense is going to get a chance to add to that.
Well, there's a good chance that if they score here, we're going to see some players in the game that don't ordinarily get a chance to come in this early.
I think that Coach McGelrath will want to have a score in the second half. I think he'll leave his first team in until they score in the second half.
I think you'll want to build their confidence just a little bit
right.
to break the jinx that seems to be hanging over them about not scoring in the second half. So hopefully when they come out of the locker room here, they'll be able to put something together.
Kane with the pitch, a high pitch. Jeff Rusky did a nice job of bringing it down, and that's going to cost them a few yards, so they're going to lose 2 on that.
Well, we got a penalty, and It could have been a face mask.
It's over there in that territory, right by where the tackle.
Well, they're talking to Roseville, so this one must be against Utica.
Probably a hold.
Looks like they're taking the penalty. And that's really going to back them up because they were able to get Reschke way behind the line. And it's a clip. They've called a clip.
Well, and a clip, unfortunately, is 15 yards from the spot of the foul. And the foul occurred right where the tackle was, and so that's going to make it first down and long, just about half the football field. They get the first down and about 27 yards to go.
I wonder if he'll pass.
And Kane is back.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to be sacked there. Number 84, Jason Del Eva was back there for the sack, and there's a penalty flag on this play.
I'll tell you, Utica is going the wrong way at the moment, and Roseville smells 2 points coming up here if they can keep them going that way. The defense is looking to score some points for Roseville if their offense can't.
Well, let's see if we can see what the call is going to be. They're going to talk to Roseville and say, do you want the sack or do you want the penalty?
Well, the way they've been backing them up here, I wouldn't be surprised to see them march it back toward that goal line.
And they're talking to
It's a hold.
Chris Tate.
And they declined that one.
Yeah, I think at this point they would rather have the down. It's going to be second down and a whole long way to go. It's going to take a huge play to get the first down anyway. They'd rather get possession of the ball back.
Well, they had first and long. Now they have second and longer.
Second down and, geez, long way. Brian Kane back to pass. It's going to be a little screen and incomplete. Intended receiver was Mike Gaffney, I believe.
Yeah, he slipped before the ball was released, and he was actually on the ground.
That's going to bring up third down. Third down and 43 to go.
43? Are you sure? That's a lot.
And John Burdage wide left. It's going to be a little draw. This could be Grzinski.
He barely made it back to the line.
He picked up about 3-4 yards on that draw. And it's going to bring up fourth down and about 38, 39 yards to go. And the punt team comes out. Surprise, surprise.
Well, if he has a 40-yard punt, they're right back where they started from.
Number 40, Eric Smith, is back to do the punting. Uh-oh. Oh, it was almost blocked in there.
Sure was.
And not a good punt. And it's going to be down at the Utica 32-yard line. Number 71, Sean Rimolowski.
There you go. Rimolowski
was in there.
He had a good rush on, but they were able to get that punt away. And now they're talking to Roseville again. We've got another penalty.
Illegal procedure. Utica, they're going to decline that because of the great field position. Now they've got the ball on the Utica 32-yard line, and they're going to see if they can do anything before halftime to close the score.
Well, I think the defense is going to want to make a statement here, and they're really going to try to hold them. They'd like to go into that locker room at halftime with a shutout.
Swegler under center. And he's going back to pass. And he's going to put it down and run with it, and he is going to be tackled in there. Gibson, Zender, number 75, Daryl Zube. Down at the bottom, he's got a little mud in his helmet. To hose his helmet down there a little bit. And that's going to bring up second down and 10. He just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, and Swigler runs into his own man. And he's being tackled there, sacked there by number 77, Dave Colin. And number 78, I'm sorry, Jay Leverance.
Yeah, he put the finishing touches on that one.
And just another good play by the Utica defensive line. And I think we're going to have a timeout by Roseville. Just an excellent defensive play there by Utica. 3rd down and 15.
Another big 3rd down play here for Roseville.
Well, and they hate to miss this opportunity because to get the ball on the 31-yard line of your opponent after a poor punt is really an opportune time to score. And with minute 48 left in the half, they'd like to get some points on the board.
Well, the way Swegler has been on target with most of his passes, I wouldn't be surprised to see him put it up here again on a post pattern or something, trying to get into that end zone.
Or even 2 more times at
Sure.
this point in the field. Take a chance that a defender's going to fall or slip or something like that. That's the danger on a night like tonight. Okay, here we go. 3rd down, 15. And fake handoff to Swigler out to his left, and he's going to put it down and run with it and be tackled. Number 78, Jay Leverance on that tackle again, and the defensive backfield for Utica deserves some credit. There was nobody open. Swigler had to put it down and try to run. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, Leverance has had a good series here. He's been in on, I believe, every tackle. And they're fired up.
And watch him. He's coming all the way over from the far left side, and he just goes for Swigler and brings him down.
Never say die. He stayed right with it.
Good pursuit, good hustle. 4th down. Swigler back to pass again, and he's got a heavy rush. And who is it this time? Number 60.
Lambert.
Aaron Lambert. They're all getting into the act tonight, folks. The Utica defensive line is really putting some pressure. Swigler has no time to get back there and pass.
Well, Coach McElrath mentioned before the game they were going to try to blitz and rush and keep that pressure on them, and so far they've been able to do that.
And you can see everybody's just in there. Lambert, just with a bull rush, he was held a little bit. He still got in there and sacked that quarterback.
He wasn't going to let go.
Nobody going to stop him. And it's going to turn the ball over to Utica Chieftains on downs. 1st down and 10. 53 seconds left.
That's
You may
enough
see
time.
Utica air it out here a little bit. On their own 45-yard line. A little draw to Rushke. And Rushke's got some room. He's up. He's got
He's
1st
still
down,
going.
and he's still on his feet. About 11 or 12 yards
A
for
nice
Jeff
gain.
Rushke. Just hard running.
Well, he did follow his blockers on that draw play. As we can see, the Roseville line was already in the backfield, and he just ran by him. And their secondary was able to get to him.
34 seconds left in the half, and I think we're going to have a timeout, Utica.
They'd like to at least get it in field goal range to give it a try.
And Coach McGarrett is going out onto the field. He's going to talk to his offense. 1st down and 10.
Here's a
And
good
about
look,
the 43-yard line.
good look at our homecoming crowd tonight.
It looks kind of strange looking over at that other side with nobody in the stands, but they're working on it.
Well, I've been to a few contests that involved Roseville before, and I know they do have some fans, and they can get pretty fired up. So it's just unfortunate that they couldn't sit on that side.
And here's the Utica cheerleaders. The band's getting ready to go over here, and the homecoming parade's ready to roll. They got the lights on over there.
See some headlights.
And we're back to live action. Ryan King bringing his team up. And he's back to pass. He's going deep for, he's got number 20. Mike Dickerson's able to make that catch. Big play. Dickerson down there.
That was Burdich.
Burdich, I'm sorry. Bad call. John Burdich with that big catch.
Well, Faluca was open too, so he had his choice.
Thought that 8 was a 0. And Ryan Kane back to pass, and he's got nobody open. He's trips and falls, and he's brought down behind the line. Yep.
It looked like he had a man open at the sidelines, but he wasn't able to get rid of the ball.
Burdich was so open on that last play, and Ryan Kane laid it right in there. And watch here. Burdich, nice over-the-shoulder catch.
Perfect.
And he's able to get down there.
Yeah, Kane was able to thread the needle. There were a couple of defenders around him.
Just a perfect throw by Kane.
Well, as you said, he didn't have to break his stride. It was a nice pass right over his shoulder.
Well, here's the next play, and you can see that Roseville had him well covered there on the left side, and Kane tried to go back to the right and lost his footing and was brought down for a significant loss. It's going to be second down and goal to go.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe fake the pass and give it to Reschke. He's been hot here in the first half. But only Kretzinski's in the
13
back.
seconds left. And Kane back to throw. He's got Burdich again in the same spot, and touchdown, Utica. What a play. And Burdich ran that same play, and he was able to score the touchdown, and Utica goes up with their fourth score here in the first half, 28-0. The extra point coming up.
And 007 left here in the first half, and Kane has been right on the mark as he was able to march him down the field for the score.
Watch this, Kane back, and great protection by the offensive line, and Burdich, the man fell down, but Burdich was open anyway, and he just sauntered right in there for the touchdown. And he made the big play, the big catch of the drive, and he deserved the touchdown there. That's number 28, John Burdich. Now I've called his number wrong, and we put the wrong graphic on the screen. He's going to have a complex here if we keep going.
Well, we have to give him credit for that one because he did make a couple of nice catches to
Two big
get into
catches.
the end zone.
Two big catches on that drive.
And that's really going to take the pressure off here for Utica going into the locker room to end the half.
And the extra point was no good, so that's going to remain, the score's going to remain 28-0. 7 seconds left in the half. You just have to watch against a run back.
Well, I would imagine they're going to keep a couple guys back and not charge the ball. Let's see. Some type of a prevent lineup.
And a little squib kick down there.
Good
and
kick.
It's a live ball until they pick it up and start running with it. That's for 88, Jamie Wise. He's got some room over there on his side. Sheridan's tracking him down. And number 1, Joe Lucrecio. And that's the end of the first half with the Utica Chieftains thoroughly dominating the Roseville Panthers 28-0. And we will be back with the halftime homecoming festivities of the Utica Chieftains right after this. Well, you can see the Utica High School band getting ready to play there, and we're being entertained currently by the dance team from the Utica
And we can see the Queen and her court in the convertibles, and they're revving them up, ready to line up for their procession and parade in front of the stands. Still a little noisy here.
Well, homecoming is always a fun time. All the alumni get to come back. Seeing people as they're in college and beyond.
I think they got a break here right now. It's not raining, if you can believe that.
Well, that's terrific. We're going to see some floats. And the band is going to play, I think, from right there. It's a little too sloppy out on the field to take the band out onto the field at this point. So they're going to stay on the sideline and play.
Number 9, titled From the New World. He created a composition that was inspired by African and Native Americans. Lucid, cylindrical, and consent, with strong stability. The New World Symphony highlighted the American good life, yet the precious is own simple and modification. With solos from Peter, Alan on trombone, Peter, Jason Taylor on trumpet, and from sophomore, Sarah Rose on telephone. The Utica High School Chieftains marching band now represents New World Symphony. Senior drum major Jeff Archibald and junior drum major Julie Smith. Is your band ready?
Band is preparing to perform here. As we can see in the background, the headlights of the Queen's procession still lining up. Of the field as they're coming down the track. discussion on the other side of the field. As you can see, they are going through their idling exercise. And it's an unusual sight as the band is huddled at that end of the track here, unable to perform out on the field this evening. But it sounds good in this close proximity. This evening from the press box. To come down again, but the band plays on. As you could tell, the weather didn't seem to hinder their sound. They sounded very good here in this rain as they kept going and gave us a nice performance. And although those umbrellas are very colorful, makes for an unusual sight here. And now with just a little bit of a lull in the festivities, we're still awaiting the floats. And that rain is coming down a little harder. But we can see the floats, they're in sight.
Following the latest in hair fashions. Yes, hair apparel. That'd be hat apparel. The big here is what? The casually half-open fly.
Well, that's really a shame that they didn't have some nice weather for this, because they put so much time and effort into this program, and the girls all look so nice.
We hope to see your float speed up even more coming around the track.
As now they're coming into view.
We have a senior float, we have this year's junior float.
And this is the senior float that we're looking at now, with an animated creature aboard that vehicle. And now I've been told that's the junior float with the goalposts.
Sophomore float. Company Hillbilly team. We have the beginning of the 1996 Utica High School homecoming court.
And again, this is the junior float that we're looking at now. And the sophomore float is a replica of the Beverly Hillbillies mobile. And now here comes the Queen and her cord. Well, this is going to be a tight contest for the float winner. They all did a nice job.
Maria Chevrolet with her parent, Laura, with her parent, Mom, Laura Chevrolet. And Matt Brownlow with his parents, Karen and Gary Garza.
Well, at least we're getting a nice camera shot here to get a good look at these homecoming court members. And it's not really convertible weather, but The wipers and headlights are on.
Next, our junior couple, Jennifer Detroyer and football player Mike Dickerson, with his parents Deanna and Tom Dickerson.
They have some beautiful flower
Also,
arrangements.
senior Kelly Beard, with her parents Nancy and Dennis Beard. Also, football player Ryan Kane, with his parents Renee and Dennis Kane. Our second senior couple is Ann Bishop, with her parents Pat and Dave Bishop, and Tim Kraft, with his parents Bonnie and Chuck Kraft. Also, Crystal Daniels, with her dad Steve Spinazzola, and football player Dave Coley. Our next couple, Meredith Gordon and her mom Diane Gordon. Also, Giovanni Parchetti, with his parents Vanessa and Giovanni Parchetti.
And it's almost as if a lot of them don't even realize it's raining out there. They're having so much fun.
Our next couple, Sarah Haddad, and with her parents, Louise and Dale Haddad. Also, Brian Williams, with his parents, Kathy and Steve Williams.
Well, this is a special evening, and oh, I wonder where their umbrella went.
Our next couple, Jill McConnell, with her parents, Paula and Jim McConnell.
And I believe that's the queen in the
Football
back.
player Mike Gaffney, his parents, Marsha and Larry Gaffney.
And here she comes.
And our last couple, Amy Witowski, with her parents, Sharon and Dave Witowski. Also, Eric Witowski, with his parents, Ann and Jim Witowski.
And I don't know if the dance is tonight after the game, but I sure hope they brought a change of clothing. A sea of umbrellas here this evening. As the teams now are going through their warm-up exercises to begin the second half. We're just about ready to wrap up the festivities here for homecoming as we get another good look at the queen. And I know it's always been an honor and a privilege to drive one of those cars around the track. Looks like she's holding up rather well in this rain. And we've got just about a minute left on the clock here before halftime is over.
I love this game. Homecoming is the greatest.
And so far, the crowd has had a lot to cheer about for this homecoming game, as now the game is going to begin, despite the festivities continuing,
And now,
as Roseville prepares to kick off.
Queen is Sarah Haddad. And this year's homecoming king, football player Mike Gaffney.
And the kick goes deep, and it's fielded by Gibson, as he's got a blocker, but he's hit. And he's gang tackled there by Roseville as they stand him up and stop his forward progress. So Utica will take over at about their own 30-yard line to begin the second half.
Well, Bob, that was quite a halftime festivities. Thank you for taking us through that. We got to listen to the homecoming queen, Sarah Haddad was named, and one of our football players, Mike Gaffney, has the honor of being homecoming king.
Well, it was my pleasure. This is a special moment for all of these kids here this evening. Something that they will be remembering for the rest of their life.
It's a special moment for those putting this evening on as well. And there's a big run by Nick Krasinski right up the middle.
I was going to say, those guys are the ones who are putting on the evening as they continue to move the ball. They may be marching toward their first score in the second half this year.
Well, we've got still rain coming down. Of course, our halftime festivities marred a little bit by rain, but still a nice evening and good event all around.
Well, I just noticed that Corvette's cheating. He put the top up already.
Okay, we're back to first down and 10. Utica Chieftains, ball on their own 40-yard line, and Krasinski's going nowhere this time. He's going to be brought down for about a 3 or 4 yard loss.
And that looked like Mr. Tate again, as he was right into the backfield to meet Krasinski for a loss on the play.
So we've got second down and 13 to go. Ball on the 37-yard line of Utica. Rain still coming down here. 10:55 left in the third quarter. And that's John Burdich in motion. And handoff to that was Jeff Rushke on that handoff play, and he got nowhere, so we're third down and may have even lost a yard. Third down and about 14. Bob Chapp, big number 66 with the stop. And Ryan Kane brings them under center. And he's going to roll out to his left. He's got a defender. He makes a move, and the defender falls. He's still on his feet, and we got a flag on a play, and he's going. Ryan Kane with a big scramble. He was able to find some room over there. Unfortunately, we've got a flag back at the line of scrimmage. That may bring this back.
Well, it looked like he saw the first down marker and was headed for the sideline just to pick up the first down, and he found some room and was able to scoot down that sideline.
You know, I've seen Ryan Kane run more tonight than I have in a year, all last year and so far this year.
Well, it's been smart on his behalf, because if he doesn't see anything, he's definitely going to tuck it under his arm and get whatever he can with this field in the condition that it's in.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to all come back with a penalty on Utica.
Well, that one hurt. So they were across midfield.
That's going to bring the ball back to the 30-yard line of Utica, and it's going to bring third down and 23 versus a first down around midfield. So that's a penalty, or a drive-killing penalty. Kane back to pass again. A little short screen to Rushke, and he breaks his first tackle, breaks his second, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. An awful lot of work to get back to the line of scrimmage. You can see the rain coming down. It's just pouring.
It hasn't really let up, other than when halftime started. I thought it might clear, but it's probably all just circling right around, staying right here.
Good throw by Kane. Rushke broke a tackle there. kept those legs turning, broke another tackle by our friend Tate, and was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down, and the Chieftains are going to punt. And it's a fake. He's throwing it out of there, and he throws it over to, oh, he's got it. I think that may be, that number 82, that's Scott Sheridan.
Well, they faked
What a
me out.
great catch by Sheridan, because he bobbled that ball, and I think he may have picked up the 1st down.
Well, I was looking downfield with the binoculars, totally fooled, thinking they were going to punt.
Well, you know, Utica ran that fake punt 3 different times last week and was not successful. But we're going to have, a yellow flag on the play.
And they're talking to Roseville again.
There's a replay right there. And this is going to bring back just a beautiful 4th down and 23. You don't usually fake punt when it's 4th and 23. You fake punt when it's 4th and 5 or 4th and 6. That's a gutsy call.
And this is what's been haunting Utica all year in the second half. They seem to get something going, and then for whatever reason, the wind comes right out of their sails.
4th down and 23. Just excellent execution. This time they are going to punt the ball.
It's a good punt.
And Eric
Good bounce.
Smith gets a good punt, good bounce, and it's going to be down there by number 3, Michael Allen.
We haven't heard much from him this evening so far. He was really playing a big game last week.
Well, it's going to be 1st down and 10. The Panthers are going to have a chance to get on the scoreboard here in the 3rd quarter. Their own 35-yard line. 28-0 Utica. Thorough domination in the first half by the Utica Chieftains.
And although our graphic does show the 4th quarter, it really is only the 3rd.
I'll bet you there's a few people in the stands and also out there playing, especially if you're Roseville, that you wish it was the 4th quarter.
Well, I have to believe that some of them are going to leave a little early with this big lead.
All the handoff there to number 41, Chris Tate, and he is dropped back there. Dubé and Colin and Leverance. That defensive line just doing an excellent job again, just pushing them back about 3 yards. Going to be 2nd down and 13. There's Dubé, there's Colin, there's Gaffney getting in there. Theo Gibson gave him a shot.
Well, Tate was lucky he wasn't hurt on that, as they were holding on to his leg and they wouldn't let go.
2nd down, 13. Schwegler under center. Oh, and he was hammered. I think that's their tailback, 28, Tony Gwynn.
Well, I've been waiting for the right time to mention it here in the second half, but Roseville seems to have a lot of movement there on their line, either with their arms or head bobs, but they don't get called for any procedure penalties.
Well, that's going to bring up 3rd down and 14.
And we've been asked to remind everyone that if they would like a copy of tonight's game, they can contact Shelby Cable at 254-7130 to order their copy of tonight's game.
And Schwegler back to pass. He's got good pressure with that defensive line again. He's rolling out. He's going to run with the ball. Gibson coming over, giving him a hard hit. Gibson and Burdage both took care of making sure he didn't get the 1st down. And he's able to pick up about 3 yards before the 2 punt returners, Gibson and Burdage, threw him out of bounds. Schwegler here, you can see he's holding that football. Never really tucked it away, kind of dangerous. And both of them just gave him a knock. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt is away.
Sheridan
And
is
it's
in
Burdage. He's gone around to the left, and he's got some running room. He's over to the 50-yard line to about the 45.
I'll tell you, Sheridan really rushed in there, and he had a chance to block that one, but who is the kicker for Roseville?
Benke.
Benke?
Benke.
Benke, okay, Benke.
Yeah.
He stands back there so nonchalantly waiting for that snap that He was able to get that one off quickly.
And Ryan Kane brings the offense up 1st and 10. Hand off to Jeff Rushke. He hits that hole fast, and he picks up 9 yards. Again, good blocking by that offensive line, and Rushke just hits that hole.
Well, he was
fast.
able to keep his legs moving, and he was driving with those feet.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 1 for the Chieftain offense. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. It's going to be a handoff to Rushke again. Oh,
nope.
He's going to
Kane's
keep
got it.
And he's going to pick up the 1st down.
I think he made it easily.
Didn't look quite as graceful on that one as he has with past runs, but picks up the first down. It was functional.
Well, they were able to make some good play action there to free him up around the end.
They did not give him the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and about an inch. And
that's surprising. It was another one of those good spots, eh?
Well, I thought he was quarterback sneak. He's got a little room. Easily picks up the 1st down.
I think he got more on that play than he did the last one.
And the offense is moving right along. 1st down to the 32-yard line of the Roseville Panthers. Utica in control, 28-0. 5:50 left in the 3rd quarter.
And they are on the verge of bursting their bubble here, trying to score for the first time in the 2nd half this year.
Kane, handoff to Rushke. And he is met after about a yard. And Utica has done a nice job of not letting the elements affect them. They've passed, they've ran, they faked punt, and they've really done a good job of what Coach McGarveth was telling us before the game. We just go out there and play some football.
Yeah, they've been mixing it up very well with the play calling.
Kane is back.
He's got him.
He's got his man. Oh, is he inbound?
Yes.
Touchdown. Mike Gaffney, the homecoming King, scores a touchdown here right after being named. We got a touchdown, Utica. Great catch by Gaffney. And the Chieftains score here in the 2nd half to make it 34-0. And Mike Gaffney, another great throw by Ryan King.
Well, that one was a long time coming. They waited 3.5 games to score a touchdown here in the 2nd half this year. And Gaffney made no doubt about it as he hauled that one in, and you can see he kept his balance to get into the end zone.
Great camera work. Get that catch by the homecoming King there. And Burge is going to hold, and Eric Smith out to kick. And this one is no good. And I think it's wide right. And that's going to leave the score at 34-0 with the Utica Chieftains well in control. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Well,
Utica's going to kick off the ball.
Get ready to call some names that you haven't called for a while, I believe here, Mike.
That's all right. I call half the names wrong anyway, so it.
Well, you get mine right.
I'll finally get a few right. And the Chieftains are going to kick off here. There, Utica boosters doing their raffle. Wow, look at the rain out there.
Well, I don't have the scores in front of me of the other 2 losses that Roseville suffered, but I have to believe that their Doppers are down here at the moment.
Well, Utica is looking good tonight. They came out to play some football, and they're thoroughly dominating, and that's a good sign. And That's a live ball. He just let go there, and that's going to be a touchback in the end zone.
And we've just been told that Roseville did lose last week, 35-0 to Ike. So 2 weeks in a row here, they've really been suffering.
Well, and the key point is Utica scored 34 points on them, and we're only midway through the third quarter. So we could have really a couple of rough weeks for Roseville.
Yeah, there isn't any evidence so far that this bleeding's going to stop.
If you are one of the winners for tonight at prodeucers.
Well, and surprisingly, in this rain, the crowd is still here.
They are.
A lot of crowd, a lot of umbrellas, a lot of people. Nobody seems to be leaving. It's a warm night.
And
so
they're
it's not
vocal.
quite as bad, yes. Schwegler. That's a handoff to Tony Gwynn. And Gwynn is able to pick up about 5 yards.
He's a hard runner. He was able to follow his blockers that time right up the middle.
Well, this Roseville team is in a year of rebuilding. They were 0-9 last year, and they are 1-2, probably soon to be 1-3 here this year. And their one win, of course, came against the Dakota team. It's fielding a team for the first year. And it's a pitch back to Gwynn again, and the Utica defense does a nice job of number 84, Mark Hassad.
That was good pursuit by the defense to saddle him before he got across that line of scrimmage.
Third down and 5. Yeah, we're starting to get some substitutions in there for the Utica defense.
And it looks like Michael Smith in for Michael Allen at the moment.
Schwegler is still in there as quarterback, and he is sacked by number 74, Chris St. Angelo. And
well, he looked like he was looking to pass it long, but everybody was covered.
there's another one in there on that sack. Let's see who that is. There's St. Angelo coming in.
Yep.
And number 71, I believe, Dan Sutkowski.
Yeah,
on that.
you could see he was looking to get rid of it, but there was nowhere to throw it. He had to eat it.
We've had 4 or 5 different Utica players pick up sacks tonight. And
Almost
Sheridan
blocked again.
almost blocked that. He's been in there. And he's got some room over there on the left side. He's got just really 2 men to beat. And number 28, Tony Gwynn brings 28 Tony Gwynn brings him down.
Well, Sheridan's definitely figured it out. He's been right back there the last 2 times and almost got a piece of that one.
You almost think if he'd have stretched out on that one, he'd almost.
We're going to get another good look at it here. If the ref would move. Oh.
Yeah, almost. So close. Well, and Utica has great field position again. First down to 10 on the 27-yard line of Roseville.
A little mix-up here for Utica.
I think we've got some Everhart's in there, and number 20, Dickerson, is in there. And Dickerson was the ball carrier. Everhart at quarterback. Engelhardt, Everhart, Bob.
You got the heart part.
Yes. At least I recognize there was a new quarterback in. Engelhardt.
They'd like to get something going here.
The second team offense would certainly like to score. There's another handoff to Dickerson, and he's going to be stopped.
Looked like a couple missed assignments on that side of the line to allow Roseville to get into the backfield to make that stop.
Tackle for the Panthers. Number 71, Don Rymolowski.
Well, I'm glad you found that, Mike. We do have a misprint here, and
No, we're okay.
Okay.
We're okay.
okay, I see.
Engelhardt brings him up under center. He's getting his chance to play in the rain, that's for sure. 3rd down, 8 to go. And going to be another handoff to Dickerson, and there is nowhere to go on that left side of that line. And Dickerson is brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that just shows the difference between the first and second string offense, as Roseville's made a couple of nice defensive plays during this series to stop Utica.
Well, that second team offense would like to prove something in there, and they'd like to move back and score themselves. And they're going to have their chance here. 4th down and 8. They're in that no man's land again. And it's a pitch back. That's Dickerson, and he is going to be thrown for a loss. He was never able to get around that right side, and about a 4-yard loss. And the Panthers are going to take over. 1st and 10. Ball's going to be on about the 30-yard line.
Well, I was hoping that he might have some thoughts of passing this ball, because they were on him quickly. He didn't have any room.
Not much you can do if you're Dickerson at that point. Mike Dickerson just trying to find a little hole in there.
Well, Roseville's defense was up to the task for that second string on that series.
17 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And handoff. That's Tony Gwynn. He's just going around and around, and the defense finally brings him down. Really, I think about a 1-yard loss on that.
And big number 60, Aaron Lambert, in on that stop as he comes out.
See the end of this twisting, turning run here. Gwynn was all over the place.
But St. Angelo had him initially.
Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter, and we've got the Utica Chieftains 34, the Roseville Panthers nothing. We will be back for the 4th quarter of this game right after this.
And you haven't missed much, as Roseville's run 2 plays during that break, and they were able to gain only about 5 yards.
And it's going to bring up 4th down for the Panthers, and they're going to be forced to punt down in their own territory. 11 minutes left in the game. Burdich and Gibson going to be back to field this punt. You kind of get the feeling that one of the two of them would really like to break one here.
Well, Gibson especially, we really haven't heard much from him tonight, and he's usually the big play guy, so we're looking for something to happen here, as if it hasn't already.
Joe Banky back to punt for the Panthers. And he almost dropped it, gets off a wobbly kick, and that's going to go out of, no, it's not going to go out of bounds. It's going to be down at about the 37-yard line of the Roseville Panthers. And Theo wisely just decided to let that one be instead of take a chance of touching it and fumbling the ball.
Well, Banky always seems to be able to get it away somehow with even a big rush. But Utica should have good field position to start this drive. Now our graphic is correct. It's the 4th quarter.
34-0. Dan Engelhardt. And at quarterback.
Well, at least we can read most of these numbers.
Charles Wiles in motion. And fumble the ball, and Engelhardt wisely just drops on it.
Yeah, that was a little problem with the exchange there. It's getting really sloppy in the middle of the field, and they're having a problem with it.
Volume range just continues to come down, and Engelhardt hasn't taken too many snaps so far tonight in this rain.
And if this field is in this condition now, we've got another game here tomorrow. I can only imagine what it's going to look like.
Wild in motion again. And handoff right at the middle. That's number 1, Joe Lacricchio, and he's still on his feet. Hard running by Joe Lacricchio. He's going to get his jersey muddy.
Well, there's a flag now, and it came in late. We're going to have to wait and see what this is all about. Dead ball foul. Personal foul on Roseville.
Let's see if we can pick it up here. Ricchio just good hard running.
The flag was actually thrown behind the runner. So,
Huh. Did not see it there, but may have been some extracurriculars elsewhere on the field.
well, Lacricchio ran hard that time, and he was tough to bring down.
And that's going to bring up a first down at the 44-yard line of the Roseville Panthers. Dan Engelhardt at quarterback. Hand off to Charles Wiles, and he gets nowhere.
Well, we had a pulling tackle, Zube, on that play, but he wasn't able to follow him as Roseville was able to cut him off before the line of scrimmage.
So Wiles actually, I think, lost a yard on that play. It's going to be second down and 11. See, he just had no room. See Zube there on the left side kind of leading the way, but the defenders got in behind him. And there's another handoff to Wiles. He's got some room out there this time. No, great tackle by number 1 and number 36. Number 1, Dave Impson, and number 36, Anton Secondino made that tackle. That's going to bring up a third down and 11 for these Chieftains.
Sure looked like he had a chance to break it there for a second. He was able to get up some steam, but Roseville again with good pursuit. They kept him to a minimal loss, actually.
Well, that's number 92, which we don't have on our roster, so it made that tackle I saw on the replay, so could be a dry jersey out there for someone. Engelhardt, handoff. This is Dickerson, I believe, and he gets about 6 yards on that carry. Strong running by Dickerson. He hit that hole fast.
Yes, he did. He took that handoff, and he was able to make a move to get a few extra yards. Looked like he juked one of those big linemen.
That's going to bring up fourth down and 4. They're at the Roseville 39-yard line, and they're going to go for it.
Well, it's a smart call at this point.
I hate it in the pros and in college when they punt from this point. I like it when they go for it on 4th and 4.
It's only a couple inches.
That's right. And handoff to Lacricchio, and I think he may have the first down. He's running hard, and he's off the right side there. And we're going to see where the spot is. It's going to be close.
Sure looks like he's got it from here, but they might have a measurement. They're calling for a measurement.
Lacricchio did a nice job, ran hard through there, picked up the 4 yards, and he may have the... Remember, that was 4th down.
Looks like he made it. No, he didn't.
He did not make it. He's about an inch short. That's going to be first down for the Roseville Panthers.
Well, I tell you, Roseville didn't even move away from the ball. Looked like they were even kicking it back a little bit there. I don't know.
Well, it's an inch short of keeping that drive alive, and the defense for Utica is going to come out. It's 6 minutes, 55 seconds left in the game. 34-0 Utica in complete control. Has been really from the first series.
Well, this is going to do a lot for him to get him back on the track after getting off to a good start this year, winning their first 2 games. They're still in contention, and they have their sights set on that division championship.
Well, next week they travel to Sterling Heights, and then the tough week, October 12th, at Stevenson. Fumble! There's a fumble ball, and let's see, I think a Roseville player fell on it.
But it's a big loss.
And that's going to make it second down and about 20, I believe.
Well, Roseville is just trying to hang on to the ball at this point. They don't want to turn it over down in this territory.
I'm just amazed that the crowd has stayed through all this rain. We've got the stands are full, and everybody's still excited. The cheerleaders are running around and saying, make noise, make noise. It's a blowout game. There's another fumble, and I think this time the quarterback just fell on it. That fumble was exchanged between center and quarterback.
And it looked like the center that actually fell on it. And now it's another big third down here for Roseville. And it's 3rd and long. They've really dug themselves a hole this evening.
Schwegler's still in there, quarterback. And he's rolling out to his right. He's looking, oh, he was looking for Dave Empson, and it off the fingertips. And he wouldn't have had enough for the first down anyway, even if he came down with that.
I don't even know if Stickum would help tonight. That ball's so slippery.
I think you need Velcro tonight because Stickum isn't going to help. You see, yeah, that's a tough catch when it's dry, and it's impossible
Almost picked off.
when it's wet. So it's going to be 4th down, and Joe Banke is going to be back to punt again, the left-footed kicker. And he gets off a line drive, and that's going to be fielded by Gibson. And Gibson's got some room over there, and he's able to return the ball about 18, 19 yards, and it's going to come out to the 48-yard line of the Roseville Panthers. 1st and 10, Utica Chieftains. Jamie Wisnant is the tackler on that. 5 minutes, 12 seconds. And the Utica second-team offense, led by Dan Engelhardt, going to come back out on the field. They'd like to score here. They felt like they just missed that first down on the last series by an inch or two. And they would like to put some points on the board here before the end of the game, just from a pride standpoint, I think.
Well, the clock can't run out fast enough for Roseville tonight.
Oh, I think we got movement on both sides.
Yeah, 84, that's Mark Assad over on the right end. He responded to the defensive movement there, and he wasn't able to contain himself.
Well, it looks like they're going to call on the defense. The defense encroached before Mark moved, and that's going to bring up a 1st and 5. The defense moved first.
Well, good. They got a break.
And it's going to bring up 1st down and 5. 5 minutes, 12 seconds left. Well, you know, I think if they could win 34-0, Utica would electrify the visitor stands every time.
Oh, you better believe it.
And Engelhardt's going to roll out to the left, and he's going to pass the ball, and oh! He had number 84.
That's Assad again.
Mark Assad, I thought the receiver had Assad around the neck.
Well, and also it looked like a little bit of holding there on the interior line, but we're going to get another look at it.
Yeah, look at this. Watch around the yeah, right
Oh,
there.
there was a
on
little
the shoulder
contact
pad.
before that ball got there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that there was maybe a little defensive holding, but once again, Bob, they took away our yellow flags before they allowed us up here.
Well, it's almost senseless to even call anything at the moment. Let's get it over with.
Dickerson in motion. Lacricchio with a handoff, and he's gonna be tackled there with about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, and for all the firing up that does for Roseville, it's too little too late.
3rd down and 5. Dickerson coming out. And Engelhardt running over the sidelines to get the play. This is an important time for this second team, because at any point in time, any one of them could be thrust into the offense at a real critical time in the game. So they all want to perform and do their jobs, and have, when the coaches watch the film, have it be that they perform their function very well. Engelhardt, handoff, that's Lacricchio, I believe, and he's got the 1st down and more.
Good hard running.
Lucrecio again, he's kind of like Rushke. He hits that hole fast and he keeps the legs churning, and really a good runner.
Well, he lowers the head and he's able to keep his balance.
Also protects that ball, and it's a nice job in there.
And he's shown some signs of big improvement so far this season.
First down and 10, Utica Chieftains. 34-yard line, Roseville. Hand off to Lucrecio again. He's trying to get around that right side. Nowhere to go. And he is brought down there, I believe, by number 36, Anton Secondino.
Well, with this weather, you know they're not going to try anything fancy, but it's almost like you'd think they could catch him off guard if they try to reverse or something here, just to free up one of their backs to scoot down the sideline or something for this second string offense to score. But I don't think you'll see anything like that.
Hand off again. This is
hard to tell.
22,
Kuzmano?
Kuzmano, that handoff. He picks up about 4 yards.
And I've seen some good discipline out there on the line for this offense. They're going on like the second or third count, and that line has not moved other than that one little miscue by Assad, who was drawn off.
2 minutes, 27 seconds left in the game. 34-0, Utica dominating. That's a pitch back to Lucrecio. He got a flag, and he's going to be thrown for a loss back there by number 36. And
I have to believe that the man in motion headed toward the line of scrimmage a little too soon.
Brian Wofield and number 36, Anton Secondino, with the stop there, but we've got a flag, and they're talking to Roseville. I think it's going to be against Utica.
Well, Assad was in motion again, and unfortunately, he started toward that line of scrimmage instead of maintaining a parallel motion, and they called him on it. Oh, illegal procedure.
I think you're exactly right. Well, if you'd like a copy of tonight's wet game, you can call Shelby Cable at 254-7130. And if you notice there, if you buy 3 copies, you get 1 free.
I'll take the free one.
For all you parents out there looking for stocking stuffers for Christmas, might be nice to... Mr. Kapke might like a copy of tonight's game, I bet. Kind of a big night for him. Homecoming king, a big touchdown reception right after the beginning of the second half.
And the combination of Kane and Burdage tonight has also been a successful team, as they're able to score and complete quite a few passes tonight.
And we've got first down, Roseville Panthers. Utica was unsuccessful in converting that 4th down, and Roseville's going to take over the minute 45 left. And the fumble, it's on the ground again, and
He was able to get the pitch off to number 21.
it's just pure mud down there. Number 21 is Phil
Wiskowski.
Thanks, Bob. Well, we'd also like to say congratulations to homecoming queen, Sarah Haddad. And unfortunately, it was a little wet in all those convertibles, but they'll dry.
Get out the hair dryers.
Special congratulations to our 1996 homecoming queen, Sarah Haddad, and our homecoming king, Mike Jackson.
And second down and 5, Roseville Panthers. And there's a new quarterback in for Roseville, Mike Hadakowski. Hodakowski. How about that, Bob?
Yeah, I would say maybe Hodakowski.
I would have been a terrible teacher having to call roll at the beginning of each year.
Well, that's how I got my nickname.
Kids would have thought they were in the wrong school.
I got my nickname from a coach in 8th grade. He couldn't say Boucher. I was Bucci for life.
Bucci. Well, okay, Bob Bucci. I can do that one.
Don't start now.
3rd down, 4 to go. 17 seconds left in this game. And Roseville is just going to run out the clock. And fumbled, actually, and recovered down there by number 89. Brian McSpadden, I believe, picked up that loose ball. And the change of possession stops the clock, so we've got 9 seconds left.
And I am surprised that there are still this many fans here at 9 seconds left in the game. You'd think with this weather, most of the people would have packed it in by now, but
I know if I wasn't sitting in here, I would have.
that's for sure.
At about 28-0, I believe, at the end of the halftime festivities. Well, the Utica team has played well here tonight, and they've come out, they've won the game, they've had a great homecoming, and a good evening. They rained a little bit, but to them, they didn't feel it. They came out, they executed, they played good defense. Importantly, their offensive line played well.
And now we know why the fans have stuck around to give them a nice hand here at the end of the game.
And Engelhardt just going to go down to one knee, and that's going to be the end of the game. 34-0, Utica going to win this ball game handily over the Roseville Panthers. And for Bob Boucher, I'm Mike Robinson, and we've been pleased to bring you this Shelby Cable presentation of the Utica High School Chieftains. Again, the final score, Utica 34, Roseville 0. Good night, everybody.